Hey, you, come here. Feast your eyes upon this triple top secret tape I got of Nickelodeon working on this year's outrageously out-of-control cartoon Thanksgiving special. There'll be dough monsters, talking turkeys, dancing carrots, and the dumbest mices and bugses you ever seen. Them's my favorite. It's a cartoon feast you won't see anywhere else at Nick's Thanksgiving Fest.
Gobble gobble, gut buckets. This is Big Orange Couch, the 90s Nickelodeon podcast, where we talk about all things 90s Nickelodeon. My name's Joey.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Kevin.
And this is episode number 247. It's Thanksgiving. We're talking Nick's Thanksgiving Fest.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving indeed.
Yeah. Kevin, you like Thanksgiving?
I like the food of Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Not sure what else there is to like about it.
I was thinking about that today. I'm like, is Thanksgiving actually the worst holiday? As far as, I don't know.
I mean, I like Thanksgiving a lot because of the time of year. Like, I like Thanksgiving more than Halloween because I like this time. I like November better than October.
You like late November more than late October.
I do.
Lord.
But it's also associated with time off of work and time off of school, or so that's always a nice thing, which you don't get around Halloween.
Okay. I follow that.
Yeah.
Are you hating it right now, Andrew? Are you?
I think
It's getting cold. There's snow on the ground in Ohio.
it's pretty bad. And this was the month of leaf pickup, which I don't like. This is like right after Halloween. I feel like things start getting dicey.
Yeah.
Well, if you pay someone to pick up the leaves, it works out okay.
Sure.
Well, I feel like I have some breaking news. I've decided I've changed my favorite season. It's no longer fall.
Okay.
I was having this conversation not too long ago, and I'm like, why am I holding so tight to fall? And I think it is because of Halloween. And I do Ohio before the leaves fall.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. It's just so beautiful.
There's like 2 weeks
Yes.
that are really nice.
Yeah, pretty much like October 5th-ish to October 18 is like, wow, the trees are just incredible. I love being here during that time. But I think my favorite season really is spring.
Okay.
The smell,
Sure.
the newness, the proximity to summer, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I think spring is maybe the one as I get older.
It is great. I mean, you know how I love summer, but spring is like, it does have that sense of summer's coming up.
Yeah.
And winter's over now, finally,
Yeah.
after all this 6 months.
Yeah, and it's that sense of seeing the leaves come back and being like, we got 5 months of this.
That
I
is
think
nice.
for the same reason that Andrew hates fall, I think because you're always worried about the snow coming and all of that stuff. I struggle with spring for the same reason because you get kind of like a fake spring there, and like when it comes, you don't.
Yeah, it psychs you out.
Like you're ready for it to be there, but then the snow comes back and it's like, oh, this isn't out.
Yeah. Plus the pollen, but I'm gonna stick with spring.
I can appreciate the rejuvenating factors. Of
Yeah,
spring.
yeah, no, yeah, and I mean, I think we can all agree. It's just like we had an early snowfall this last week, and it was almost crippling as far as how depressing it was.
Yeah, I shoveled twice.
Oh boy,
Crazy.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, first snow of the year. Usually not bad.
Yeah, it was pretty
intense.
heavy. Well, speaking of depressing, like you said, we are talking about Nick's Thanksgiving Fest today.
Nice segue.
This is this episode aired November 22nd, 1989. So almost exactly 33 years ago. This predates all the Nicktoons. All the Nicktoons, and it was a Thanksgiving special that seemingly I remember some of the images from it, but it seems as though it aired for 7 years and then kind of didn't come back until what's it called? Nick Rewind, or what was
The
that?
Splat?
Oh, yeah, the splat. Thank you. Yeah, the splat. Do you remember this from being a kid?
Just vaguely.
Yeah.
It feels like it fits into those weird other holiday specials that were like that I saw, but I didn't really care that much about. Like I don't know, like Flintstones Christmas or something like that, where I'm like, I just see it in the background, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah.
I have no recollection of this.
Yeah.
It's possible like it came on and I didn't have much incentive to keep watching.
I'll say.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird little oddity. If people are looking for it, it's very good quality on YouTube. It's like one of the best quality Nickelodeon things I've seen on YouTube. It's really crystal clear. I think it's on archive. But yeah, YouTube, Nick's Thanksgiving Fest. It's 25 minutes.
Yeah, they save the good quality for the stuff that matters.
yeah, exactly.
I do love that it's Thanksgiving. Like the first special that they have is, or second maybe.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. It's just a weird way to go.
It's definitely an interesting choice. And we've talked about a lot of Thanksgiving stuff before. We've talked about Rocco, Hey Arnold,
Keenan and Kel.
We, of course, did our Writing episode last year.
Yeah.
You had Bowling for Turkey, Doug's Excellent Thanksgiving. I had a Telly Thanksgiving. I don't even remember that. We did Doug's dinner for kind of like the sit-down meal. Oh, the turkey who came to dinner. I mean, there is. I would say that there is kind of a underwhelming collection here of Thanksgiving stuff. Yeah. Even my Writing episode, I'm pretty sure I didn't nail it. Not even close. There's something difficult about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But all of these are like mediocre episodes at best.
Yeah.
Maybe Keenan and Kel might be like the best.
Spoiler alert on your ratings there.
Yeah, I mean, Keenan and Kel's, in retrospect, I think I was hard on it at the time, but it is a shining example of a Thanksgiving special. All right, well, any other kind of thoughts before we head into recapping this?
I don't think so.
Let's talk Nick's Thanksgiving Fest.
Well, as our narrator explains over a shot of an empty classroom, America has many traditional holidays, but none is so special as Thanksgiving, when family and friends from all over the country join together to give thanks over a joyful feast and watch TV. That's the punchline.
Yeah. Do you watch TV a lot on Thanksgiving? Like, is it a family thing? TV's on?
I think it's usually on. I don't know that it's like I'm sitting in front of it watching it.
Okay.
Not much TV going on in my house.
Yeah, mine either. I wonder. I mean, people must. I know there's football, which is big in America, but I wonder.
Parade, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah,
parade.
but even that, I think people have kind of stopped watching. Maybe a little bit.
Probably.
Yeah, you'd have to actively look to stream it. I think for most people.
My grandma's favorite is the dog show. I can't remember what the
Westminster.
Maybe.
Yeah. Has she seen Best in Show?
No, I don't think so. Well, soon we're whisked off to the cranberry sauce factory, where we get to see how the berries are canned.
One of the favorite parts of that feast is cranberry sauce. Here we see the cranberries at the processing plant, right after being picked. And here, just before being shipped to your local store. Excuse me, sir. Is there any special technique in canning cranberries?
Oh, you mean cranberries. How else do you think we can cram so many of those little fellers into these itty-bitty cans? And the best part is, they work for peanuts.
They say that people's favorite part of Thanksgiving feast is cranberries.
Who says this?
In the episode.
Oh, that's
you mean
gotta be just a
cranberries?
made up.
I was going to ask, do you like cranberries?
Not particularly.
I've never had like cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving. I always thought it looked like weird
Yeah.
and uncomfortable. So
How about like those little Jell-O cranberry things? You ever had those?
I've not.
I don't think so.
Okay. I mean, I'm not a fan either. I like the band. But, okay.
Finally, we catch up to one of the few turkeys who have managed to avoid Thanksgiving. But when the narrator asks the turkey its secret, it takes off running.
Good joke.
Yeah.
And these
fine.
these in between segments, the animation's just great.
Oh yes, yeah. This is the what became like the Nickelodeon commercial animation.
Yeah, the dinosaurs and Joey Albums, who's did the animation, and quick shout out to Splat Attack. They interviewed him, I don't know, a while back, but earlier in their catalog. But I sat and listened to that one, and it was cool to hear. I mean, he's very like modest and seemingly shocked that people love his. He seemed kind of like, oh, like people like this that much. But great animation.
Oh yeah,
The best of the way better than
question.
the two segments.
No question. Yeah, that's for me. It's like a instantaneous like recall. Whenever I see the animation that looks like that, it's like back to this.
Yeah,
you know?
so cool.
So next, we're treated to a cartoon called Thanksgiving Nightmare.
I'll say.
I feel like it was mistitled. I mean, I knew from the beginning it wasn't going to be like what I wanted it to be from that title.
Yeah. No. No.
I was hoping the turkey was going to like come alive and start terrorizing or something.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
A little more Rocco than whatever's happening in this episode. Yeah.
So as a family enjoys their Thanksgiving feast, a mouse and roach catch a whiff of the turkey. A bone falls off the table when the family goes out for a walk, and the mouse and roach start fighting over it. Mm-hmm. Soon the cat catches them, but when he gets caught with the bone, the lady of the house warns him that if he gets caught eating anything, he's going to get thrown outside.
Yeah. Can we go backwards for a second?
Sure.
So the family's at the table. We never really see the family. We see their legs mostly and hands. But someone at the table says something about, and maybe I'm an idiot here, bromo?
Gosh, I don't know if I can eat another bite.
I'll fix your bromo for you, dear. I think I left it in the kitchen.
Yeah, I looked that up, and it is an ancient-looking antacid.
Oh, okay.
Like it looks like it was from like a 50s medicine cabinet if you look it up.
Oh, okay. But not something that I should know.
No.
Okay. I mean, the way they're talking about it is like, give me my bromo. I'm like, what the heck?
This is like in the style of more like Warner Brothers or something.
Definitely
not
looks
as
like
good as that, but
it looks like a 40s or 50s animated type thing.
But this beginning is really poor. And one thing that I'll give this episode credit for is the second half of the cartoons were way better than the first half. So it was like, at first I'm like, oh my God, I gotta sit through this for 11 minutes. And then once I'm 3 minutes in, I'm like, all right, this is getting a little better.
That's true. They definitely pick up, but it takes a second. And, and I know we're not getting into ratings or anything like that, but the voice acting is so weird in this thing. Particularly in this first segment, the people who are supposed to be children, the kid voice acting is just like a horror film.
Let's all take a walk together and work off this excess baggage.
Oh, I don't know, Dad.
Gee, Dad, I mean, I don't know.
Star Trek comes on in a couple right away.
Just go and get your coats.
Well, and they did show some faces like at the beginning of the episode, and I just like recall like it was so creepy and like the lighting was weird. And then something that I noticed was like the turkey seemed oddly realistic compared to the people, and it was just it was bizarre for me.
Yeah.
I don't know that this is like a fact, but my guess is that the budget was so low on this that there was like a segment of each cartoon that they just had to stretch.
Sure.
And so this is the first part. It's so weird, though, also how it's presented. Like, it starts off as if the mouse and cockroach aren't going to be able to speak.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a silent type thing. The humans speak. Yeah. And then as soon as the humans leave, they're speaking to each other. It was a weird transition, it felt like.
Food! Food!
If you kids are good, maybe we can stop by the Dairy King for dessert.
Oh, you've got a deal, Dad.
It's essentially Look Who's Talking for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It makes more sense as I'm saying it than it does when you're watching it, I feel like. So meanwhile, the mouse and the roach have gathered their friends to fight for Thanksgiving supremacy. And we should say, like, the animation has suddenly picked up a little bit here, too, I feel like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Everything just looks... It's moving more and looks more, like, fully realized.
Yeah.
Over in the living room, the cat has settled in to watch TV when one of the mice is sent to make sure that he doesn't see the rest of them going after the turkey.
Yeah, the cat segment's really the only thing I kind of liked. I mean, like, the cat watching TV made me chuckle. And what was on the TV made me chuckle.
Oh no, not me. I ain't going out there, no sirree. And there's nothing you can do to make me.
Oh, Marcia, when you look at me, Hey, did you hear something?
Oh, John, what could it be?
Yes, and even the mouse, like, messing with the TV, it was a good-looking moment.
Yeah.
While the cat is distracted, the mice and roaches fall into fighting as they scale the dinner table. This is a real, Merry Melodies, or whatever the other one's called. As, like, it's like a war between these two, and it's, kind of back and forth, like, with weird stuff happening.
A little Tom and Jerry-esque.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mouse.
There's a cat.
Yeah, there's a cat.
There you go.
Soon the cat catches them, and he brings out the vacuum to suck them all up. But the leaders get away and trick the cat into thinking he's smashed one of them, and he passes out at the sight of the tomato sauce blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the most aggressive-looking vacuums I've ever seen.
Kevin, did you watch this with the kids?
I did not.
No. Okay. Do you think they would have liked it?
I don't.
The mice and roaches work together to save their friends, and when the humans get home, the cat is blamed and kicked out of the house, where he finds a turkey leg in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, dear. I'll take care of the leftovers. What happened? Who could have... You! Why, you. I told you what would happen to you, you... Try living in the cold and finding your own food.
Yeah, this ending where the mom comes home and she's furious because she thinks the cat did it.
Yeah.
It's weird. There's like a segment where it cuts to outside of the house and you just hear banging as if like she's like tossing the cat around. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then she throws it out the door. I just don't know about the message here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe I'm too woke.
I wasn't a big fan of her calling the cat a no-good flea factory.
Yeah, no good flea factory. That's right. Yeah. And I know they cushion it a little bit by the fact that the cat is happy that he found the chicken wing. But it just feels a little like, what did we watch?
I don't disagree with you. I think I'm giving it a little bit more credit because of the time period that it came out.
Yeah.
Like, it's right in line with other stuff that was out. Maybe even a little better than a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, like Simpsons would have just been starting, right?
Like, next month after this.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay. So there's really just no basis for, like, the modern cartoon.
Yeah.
They are looking at Warner Brothers stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So we rejoin the narrator, who is following a hunter as he shoots his Thanksgiving dinner.
Some Americans prefer to provide Thanksgiving dinner in the traditional way of our forefathers. Take this intrepid fellow. Well, it certainly looks like he bagged Thanksgiving dinner. Nice shot, sir. What did you get? A turkey? A pheasant? A duck?
Eck, are you kidding? I'm a vegetarian.
Only to reveal a couple of holy carrots.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, that was good. Next, we join a mother rabbit as she prepares Thanksgiving dinner for her many bunnies.
Yeah, fine.
Which is nothing.
Yeah.
Finally, we catch up to some more turkeys trying to escape the holiday, but when the narrator tries to talk to them, they reveal their fake antlers and claim to be mooses. Or mises.
Mises.
Which is fine. Yeah. Our next course is called Thanksgiving Dreams.
Sure.
This
Our next course.
the first few minutes of this is so like unbearable. As like the animation in it, it's just these still frames going from one to the next.
It's I can't even think of what I would compare it to. It feels like someone recording pages of a book and like having people do voiceover.
Yes. I was very scared that the whole cartoon was going to be like that.
Me
I was
too.
like, unbelievable. Like,
It reminded me of like something I'd watch in school, like an educational,
Yes.
like storybook read aloud type of thing. Yeah,
Mind numbing.
Again, I don't think that they probably didn't have the budget to animate this first section, and they did they did do it in such a way that it like does technically make sense, like what's happening and how it transitions. And I'll give them credit for possibly doing the most that they could with what they had.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, the other part of this, which we haven't gotten to the story yet. But, I mean, this is a segment about a family during the Great Depression.
The Great Depression was terrible. Almost everyone lost their jobs, and most families became poor. It was a time without television. Without video games, there were no designer sneakers.
And we know this because, and I wrote it down here, one of the first lines delivered is, "I'm sorry, kids."
I'm sorry, kids, but what with this Great Depression going on, I still haven't found a job.
Don't worry, Mom. You will.
I mean, not only am what I'm watching is incredibly boring to watch, but like this line, I'm like, what? What on earth is happening?
It's simultaneously really depressing, both for the content and how it's presented.
Yes.
Now I can't even remember what I was going to say. Just, it's not my favorite.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
Kevin, any feeling?
I like the vignette. I don't know what that's
Vignette.
how you say it. Vignette.
Yeah.
The vignette before at the beginning, before all the fun began, was really like almost nauseating. Like,
disorienting. Yeah.
And Andrew, you say that it's like because of budget. Perhaps, but it's not like that first couple of minutes was so like intensive that, like, I mean, when you compare it to the last 80% of it, like that was far more intensive. Like, it wouldn't have required that much. I can't imagine.
Sure.
Like,
and not nearly as much, but still like requires some work to it.
I mean, each segment really looked like an artist's vision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the in-betweens, which are easily my favorite, are more vibrant 90s type of animation. That first segment, like we said, is a more harkened to the Warner Brothers era, and whatever this is just not for me, and it's not visually appealing. I can't even think what like we said, it may be kids book type stuff or kid videos, but
it really feels like these two segments are the last gasps of the old way of animation.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, right before Doug and Ren and Stimpy and Rugrats take over, this is like, well, take one last good look.
It's weird because they are different styles, but neither of them is like particularly dynamic in any way. It's just like, why did everything look so similar back then? So a family during the Great Depression is so poor off that the only thing they have for Thanksgiving is beans. When the kids, Sam and Emily, go to bed that night, their dreams come alive. See, it transitions right here, so it's like...
Yeah.
It's like their world... It's sort of effective in that their world is incredibly depressing, and then it's like their dreams, or where they come alive.
Well, I think the increase in animation quality would have made sense if you were there to say, then their dreams come alive, and then we see the animation come alive. But without you there saying that, I don't buy it.
Yeah. Also, so there is this like moment of transitioning to the dream where their lips start actually syncing with what's being said.
Yeah.
So we should say that before that, when there was dialogue, their lips weren't moving.
Yeah,
it was a voiceover.
Yeah, I particularly remember like them pouring like a glass of milk, and it's just like the milk static on the screen, but you hear the milk pouring. Yeah.
But the problem is that once they're in the dream world, it's not consistent. There are still shots where sometimes their mouths are moving and sometimes they're not.
Okay, I didn't notice that. I will just say that this like bolsters the idea of the low budget, though. The first section, it didn't feel like it was designed for like perfect images to describe what was going on. It just felt more like it was like move from here to here, like the way a storyboard would be.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
Anyway, okay. So the kids shrink down to find that the kitchen has come to life, and they help the living inanimate objects make Thanksgiving dinner.
What's that?
Sounds like fun. Come on.
Whoa, look! Sam!
Whoa! We're getting smaller.
Oh my gosh!
Holy moly!
Look at us! We're pixies! Come on, let's play! Just like kids. They love any adventure.
Mom must have done something special.
Look! In the kitchen!
Let's go. Follow me.
I wonder what could be happening in the kitchen. Oh my gosh! Why, the kitchen's come alive.
Yeah, imagine, if you will, listener, Beauty and the Beast, be our guest.
Sure.
I mean, that is...
that's actually what I wrote down. Like the least interesting version of Be Our Guest.
Exactly. No music, no interesting accents, a plain suburban kitchen with random events happening.
I do think that of the two main cartoons, that this segment is the most impressive of the animation.
Yeah, I mean, there was the one scene with like the pot. There was like some carrots and some other veggies in there that were kind of swirling and making patterns. By far the most captivating scene of the episode.
Yeah, but I will say that, and I timed it, there was a 30-second segment in which carrots just circle a pot of boiling water.
That's the same scene I'm talking about. That was it. That was
30 seconds?
That was the best part. Yep.
I think the problem is I had officially turned off my brain at this point, and I was feeling pretty unforgiving.
This segment to me really feels like a silly symphony. Disney, like those really old, the first Disney cartoons basically, where it's like more about the look of what's happening and like the characters than it is moving the story forward.
Yeah, I mean, there is, to be clear, no stakes.
Well, these kids are gonna starve potentially.
They're hungry, all right, but I mean, the dream has no stakes, and the ending, I won't spoil it, but the ending makes no sense in context to the rest of the episode.
Okay. So when they put too much yeast in the dough by accident, it turns into a huge gooey monster.
Yeah, yeast monster.
This is like my favorite part of the 2 episodes.
It's a good image.
I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, it's a good image.
Sam tries to stop the monster and gets stuck in its dough. But with the help of the cuckoo clock, he grabs the pepper shaker and spreads pepper over the room, causing the dough monster to sneeze and deflate. See, I think maybe the main issue with this is that this is the type of thing you do to, like, show off incredible animation. Like, that's what it's about. But in this case, the animation's just not, like, good enough to make this, like, special scene.
That's right.
Here.
Yes.
So when the kids wake, they're shocked to find a real Thanksgiving dinner waiting for them. The only problem is that it has too much pepper.
I had the best dream.
So did I. It was...
What's that great smell? Do you think? Wow!
Thanksgiving dinner.
I don't know where it all came from, but we should all be thankful. Even if it does have a bit too much pepper.
Okay, so explain to me what happened here.
Their dream came true, you know?
That's not how the world works.
So I know it's not the best. I don't love it. I don't love it. I mean, I imagine like kids watching this, and it's like if they're actually in a bad situation.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm imagining them watching it, and then this ending is like, what the hell? Like you totally. I mean, this is not how life goes.
It's a real half glass, half empty type of situation here.
I don't know, like the yeast monster completely obliterated that kitchen. So for everything else to be perfect, but the pepper is still a factor. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting. That's like
doesn't
two big leaps further, I think, than they were thinking.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't really understand how this story gets approved, but...
Oh, I imagine... I can't even believe this episode got made, sort of. Like,
yeah, it shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, it should exist. It should just be different.
Sure.
100%. Honestly, 30 minutes of, like, the turkey storyline and the hunter, like, those people,
that
animation would have been much more exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah, just a whole bunch of shorts and little skits like that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I even like the random dad jokes throughout.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way of putting what they are.
Yeah.
We have more episode though.
Yeah. So our narrator explains that Thanksgiving is even observed in outer space, where an astronaut rehydrates himself a full turkey dinner, but without gravity, he can't catch it.
Okay joke.
Yeah, it's an okay joke.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Elsewhere, a couple of grandparents sneak away from dinner to watch some bone-crunching football.
One of the pleasures of Thanksgiving is seeing our dear, sweet grandparents. Excuse me, going upstairs for a post-pig-out nap?
Well, no. We're going to watch some TV.
Oh, a heartwarming old movie.
Heck no. We're going to watch some bone-crunching football.
Yeah, pulverize him.
Again,
Funny
sort of a nothing.
I like it. The narrator says, "Are you going up for your nap, your post-meal nap?" And I'm like, "No, we're going to the couch."
I do like the wording of it. The bone crunching. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, finally, we meet back with the wild turkeys to find out what, for good and all, what they eat for Thanksgiving.
Is this the best moment of the whole episode?
100%. No question about it.
I honestly, like, yeah, that's how I felt. The moment they set it up, turkeys around the table, there's something in the middle, and he says, "What do turkeys have for Thanksgiving?" I'm like, my brain is, after 24 minutes, stimulated.
After after tracking the elusive turkey for many miles, we now may be close to answering that age-old question. What exactly do turkeys eat for Thanksgiving? Yes, this is the moment we've been waiting for. We are about to make scientific history. Excuse me, please. Ever since the Pilgrims first started Thanksgiving with its traditional turkey dinner, man has wondered, what do turkeys eat for Thanksgiving? Would you be kind enough to show us?
Sure, why not? You were expecting burgers and fries, maybe?
And the voice for it was great.
Yeah.
It's like, boy, they were saving it all up for that last 3 seconds.
Loved it.
Yeah. It's good.
Unfortunately, it was genuinely like 35 seconds of the episode.
They really had something going here, though.
Yeah.
With, like, consistently throughout the episode, it started off like, and then got a little better. A little better.
Yeah.
And then by the end, saving the best for last, it's like, maybe that wasn't so bad. You start to think
it was, but
if the two main courses, as you tried to allude to earlier, weren't so bad, like I really like the idea of like those little short segments as little like teasers or appetizers.
A dad joke Thanksgiving would be satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not totally what we got, but it's a Thanksgiving special. Do you want to look at some of the stuff that went into this turkey?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, this is bios, trivia, ratings, and stray observations.
So the voice work that went into this was performed by the following people: Paul Bittinger, Michael Carbone, Auntie Kay, C.J. Monahan, Heather Muller, Alice Richards, and D.H. Roberts.
And those are people whose names are listed.
Yeah. And the beauty of this, though, is that every single one of these people, this is their only IMDb credit.
I looked at that too, and that's why I said it that way.
Wow. Every single one.
Yep.
One. This is it.
Yes, this is the one. This
so
is
they
the
like just
episode.
found like, I don't like they just went to a mall or something.
Maybe they were like animators or something. They're like, we gotta get somebody to.
But if they're animators, they'd have that on their IMDb.
Yeah,
IMDb.
yeah, good call.
I mean, I have to say the voice acting was not my favorite,
except for that last.
Yeah, the Pilgrim.
Yeah,
he was fine. Was he one of those?
Yeah, but I don't know which.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I took a look. Joey Albaum, who did the in between what they called the Thanksgiving USA spots. He's been on the art department for Eureka's Castle, Gullah Gullah Island, one episode of Clarissa Explains It All, but mainly since he's been working for Sesame Street and Elmo's World. He does a lot of work, and actually, I can see some of that animation influence, particularly in some of what's on Elmo's World. But most exciting, he worked on the art for the They Might Be Giants video, She Was a Hotel Detective.
Ah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've seen it, and I never put that together.
Yeah,
before.
same guy, yeah. Probably the bigger name here is the guy who directed Thanksgiving Nightmare. His name is Kevin Alterari. He worked on the Ghostbusters animated series. He worked on the Elf animated series. ALF, Elf. He worked on Shrek the film, Osmosis Jones, Kim Possible, Horton Hears a Who. He's worked on Scooby-Doo throughout the years, Lego Hero Factory, Adventures of Puss in Boots. But the thing that is probably most notable is he was pretty much like a major person in the 90s Batman animated stuff. So he directed a ton of the animated series. He was part of Batman Mask of the Phantasm. He also directed the music video Do the Evolution for Pearl Jam, which is actually a very cool animated music video.
So I guess what I'm hearing is this episode was the pinnacle of this guy's career, and it was all downhill from there.
I imagine he made this episode, looked at it, and went, I can do so much better. and then did a lot better, because Batman's really great looking. Even though it does have a lot in common with some of that older type animation. Very, very good stuff. I didn't bother looking at Thanksgiving Dream person. His name was like something Pearson. I don't know. But you know, maybe next time.
Wow.
Any trivia?
Yeah, a couple things. And correct me if I'm wrong on this one, but I think this is the only Nickelodeon show with the turkey ending card. Turkey-shaped ending.
I would not be able to correct you even. Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take your
I
word
don't
for
think
it.
I've seen it anywhere, but you know. And of course, we mentioned this was one of the precursors to Nicktoons, along with Christmas in Tattertown.
I've never seen that.
It's a Ralph Bakshi like Nickelodeon thing. It was going to be a its own show, but never got that far.
Well, if you guys want to bring me back in a month, we can see how that
went. I did note that this episode starts with a drum roll and a crash cymbal, which sounds a lot like the start of Rugrats.
Yeah.
Probably
absolutely.
a coincidence, but
maybe they might have heard it and been like, perfect.
Yeah, that's a good way to start. Yeah. And then also the TV show that the cat is watching has two characters on screen. Their names are John and Marcia. Oh. And the reason this caught my attention was because when we interviewed Mitchell Kriegman, he mentioned this old record that he loved called John and Marcia, in which you can pull it up on YouTube. It's by a guy named Stan Freberg. And the way they talk on the show is a lot like this record of like John, Marcia, John. And so I can't prove it, but I would have to suspect that this is maybe some sort of homage to this like old, you know, cult comedy single.
Interesting.
This episode's getting deeper by the second.
Stray observations?
Yeah, I got a few. Did you guys note the pictures on the wall in the classroom of the first segment?
I caught two presidents.
That's it? One more person?
3 presidents?
Was it 3 presidents? I caught George Washington and Abraham Lincoln on the bulletin board.
And what I believe is Martin Luther King Jr. on the top.
Okay.
So I guess going back to that first segment, first I wanted to mention, like, I thought it was really interesting, the TV show that they were watching, they could hear, like, things going on in the room. So when, like, the mouse, like, hurled into it, they're like, did you hear that?
Yeah, that was pretty
So I wondered if you guys caught which items that they thought that sounded like. There were 2.
Tomato?
Yeah, that's one of them.
I can't remember the other.
Melon.
That's
correct.
Yeah.
Good. Did you catch the name of the mom and dad in Thanksgiving Nightmare?
No.
Mm-mm.
We have Martha and Harold.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you get why the kids in Thanksgiving Nightmare want to go on a walk? Don't want to go on a walk?
Oh.
There's a specific reason you can kind of make out between them talking over each other.
Well, I know they were talking about going to Dairy King, but that doesn't seem like a reason not to go.
Oh, that's definitely a reason to go. No, I don't know.
Star Trek is coming on in a couple minutes.
Did they say Star Trek?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Well, I'm disappointed I missed that. I would have liked that whole episode a whole lot more. Did you guys happen to catch how many rabbits were in that scene with the mother preparing?
I believe I did.
I counted.
Okay, good.
This will be interesting.
What did you guys get?
I got 37.
I got 38.
I got 38. Or 39 if you include the mom, but she wasn't on screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wonder. Now, let me ask you. At the start, there's a bunny that crosses the screen.
Yep.
Counted it. Then another bunny crosses. Did you count it twice?
Yes, because that was a different bunny. The first one was on roller skates. The second one was on a skateboard.
What if he took off the roller skates and got on a skateboard?
No way you could change that fast.
All right. In Thanksgiving Nightmare, they call the humans something that I really was tickled by. Did you catch it?
I forgot. I think I know what you're talking about.
I want to say it's like pink monsters.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Pink giants.
Pink giants.
Yeah.
Pink giants.
The movie. Did you catch the movie the cat is watching?
Yeah, Invasion of the Weaselmen.
Yeah.
Which it sounds a lot. The person who's introducing sounds a lot like they're doing a Rod Serling impression when they go to commercial.
Yeah, that could be.
In Thanksgiving Dreams, what was the brand name of the beans?
Bart's Beans.
That is what I have.
What about the commercial that Invasion of the Weaselmen goes to? What's the product they're advertising to sponsor?
Easy Doze.
Easy Doze, yes.
I'm pretty much done, but I just also wanted to mention something we didn't mention earlier is the image of the self-stuffing turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Something is really weird and grotesque about that.
I liked it.
Yeah. It was just one of the best, oddball moments of the episode.
Yeah. It was
pretty
cool.
bizarre.
Well, let's move to ratings. This episode somehow on IMDb has an 8.1 out of 10.
That was really confusing for me.
Me as well. So out of 5 Krebs stars, what did you give Nick's Thanksgiving Fest?
Yeah, we should mention that as I was looking around, it seems like this is beloved by a certain group of people.
Sickos.
Maybe a little older than us or something,
Yeah.
that saw it every year. But I gave it a higher rating probably than you, but I wanted to give it some credit for being the first kind of this type of thing, and what it was doing. And I gave it some credit for, of course, the Thanksgiving USA
I'm not gonna
segments.
like this.
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. A 3 to me implies that you might watch it again.
Well, I'd be as likely to watch this again as the Headless Cabbie that we just talked about.
Headless Cabbie was way better.
I just disagree. I think it's a more competently put together episode, but it's less interesting.
Oh boy.
I would like for you guys to do a spin-off episode where you review all the things that Andrew has rated less than 3 out of 5 and compare those to this episode.
Well, again, this gets some credit, for certain things.
Okay.
All right, so I thought I was being generous for the same reasons and felt I rated it way too high, and I went 1 out of 5. So.
I hated this. And I think I know I hate it because I feel very sure that as a child, had I caught this, I would have turned it off. I feel very sure. I mean, segment 1 played essentially as a Faygo version of Tom and Jerry. Who wants to watch a Great Depression cartoon sketch? I don't know. Anyway, I gave this a 1.5. I don't want to watch it again. I wouldn't recommend anybody watch it. Sorry.
I definitely wouldn't recommend. I would say
it's a bad way to
if you're listening to this and you're into Nickelodeon stuff, it's one of those oddities that you might want to check out if you're going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
If you're a person who's not Nickelodeon oriented at all, I would say completely avoid it. It's not, you don't need to watch it.
I'm thinking of the non-Nickelodeon oriented person that's 45 minutes into this episode. They've stuck with us, and we love you for that. Okay, so a 3, a 1, and a 1.5. I mean, not a great showing, but
no.
But
I wonder.
You're right. I mean, people love it, so I'm happy we got around to it.
Yeah. Probably. I wonder if this. Do you think this is our worst overall rating between the 3 people?
I think there has to be a cat dog that's lower.
I feel like I was part of the cat dog Thanksgiving one that was lower.
Yeah,
that
could be.
I gave that.
I don't know. Well, you want to name the episode?
Yeah,
sure.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a name here that it should have been called. That's very obvious. I won't say it in case you guys used it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
my name is Like Pilgrims for Turkeys.
Like Pilgrims for Turkeys.
Yep.
That's good.
I like
yeah,
it.
I like that.
I did a Walmart brand Thanksgiving.
Okay. And I went with Feast or Famine.
Ah, nice. I think the name this should have been called, of course, is Nick's Thanksgiving Feast. Like,
oh,
it was right there. Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, Fest was weird. I had also thought that Fest was weird.
Yeah, what about this episode made it a fest?
Or
was this just a typo?
Yeah, maybe.
An iconic typo. Okay, go back around one more time.
Like Pilgrims for Turkeys.
A Walmart brand Thanksgiving.
And Feast or Famine, we'll post those, and you guys can vote for your favorite. Some recent winners. I'll just recap Podtober here real fast. Ghost Stories, I won that with Better Off Ted. Okay. I won Dollmaker with The Tale of the Doll House. Andrew, you won Two Heads Are Better Than None with The Long Good Night. Great name. There was Bookish Babysitter. Logan won with Ricky's Wild Night.
Yeah.
Headless Cabbie. Chris won with Should Have Been Monkey Cat.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So before we move on, I do have some YouTube comments.
Oh yeah. Nice.
What would YouTube comments do?
Chris urged us to bring this segment back. I don't know if these are the funniest, but I agree. Like, if we can find some, you know. Okay, so this one's from the Dimensioneer. He says, back when people actually gave a about Thanksgiving and didn't just start playing their Christmas music on November 1st. What's your guys' thoughts on playing Christmas music before Thanksgiving?
I think it's fine because there's no Thanksgiving. If there was like a plethora of Thanksgiving music out there, I'd be like, put on the Thanksgiving.
That's true.
Music.
There is no Thanksgiving music.
I was actually going to give the exact same reason. I'm fine with it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Clifton Moore said, the people who own that house are disgusting. Roaches and rats. They must be hoarders. By the way, I'm surprised that Disney hasn't sued them yet. Take a real good look at that mouse.
Oh, I know.
It's not that close. I mean, it's kind of close.
Maybe.
Yeah, the ears are close. And then my favorite here is from More Than One Topic. They wrote, Thanksgiving is, in capital letters, boring. And then Sonic Extreme 99 responded, so the story of America is boring to you?
Love that username, too.
Sonic Extreme 99.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Always good to check in with you, too. Well, that was fun. I mean, it's fun to talk to you guys.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a fair assessment.
Yeah. Andrew, the snow is falling in Ohio. It's going to be December here in a few days. So what is next?
Next time we're going to talk Wienerville, the Hanukkah special.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing until about a minute ago when you told me.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it. I'm anticipating some antics.
It looks crazy.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I looked up. I just pulled it up. Some space dreidels, and it looks wild. And I could use a kick of something weird.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so we'll chime back in with a Wienerville Hanukkah. Anything? Book is doing good. Book's still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say. I'm guessing that the first person who left me a rating, I'm assuming, is a listener to this show based on his SpongeBob costume and his profile picture. So thank you, William.
Oh,
for
cool.
That.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, been going good. Deaths of Adam Jones, newest book in the Space Junk series.
This one has a hardcover edition, which I think looks great.
So. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Cool.
Yeah, very cool. Anything to plug here, Kevin?
Well, I mean, if you want, you guys can catch me on YouTube. My username is Boy Meets Nintendo. So
Boy Meets Nintendo.
Catch a bunch of video gameplay and
that Ken Griffey you sent us was I mean, people are going to think I'm being sarcastic, but I was riveted.
I mean, I could listen to the music all day.
Sure,
so.
sure. Very good. Well, in the meantime, you can catch us on Twitter, if it doesn't shut down, at BOC Podcast, Instagram at Orange Couch Podcast. You can email us at orangecouchpodcast@gmail.com. But I'm going to say right now, we've been getting emails and we've not been reading them, and it's because they're so long. Guys, shorter emails.
That's what I say at work, too.
Yeah, approach it like it's work.
I do like the passion.
I love the passion, but, you know.
It's just tough.
Yes. Anywho, Kevin, thanks for spending Thanksgiving here with us.
Yeah, absolutely. As we say on our bowling team, whenever we get 3 strikes, gobble till you wobble.
Oh, boy.
Why didn't you name the episode that? Gobble till you wobble? Holy cow. Kevin, much like the special, saving the best for last.
Yeah. Well, we hope we'll see all you flea factories next episode.
Gobble diddle lip, gobble gobble diddle lip. Hey!
W-A-R-T, Ward Radio, Wellsville.
Oh, this looks really intriguing, though.
Probably has some good YouTube comments, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's Hanukkah here. Oh, there's a dreidel. Oh, they're in a dreidel.
Is it like a flying dreidel spaceship?
We should do this Wienerville Hanukkah special.
That was embarrassing.
Nick's Thanksgiving Fest was brought to you by General Mills Cinnamon Toast Crunch.